Hey everybody, welcome to day 8 of the 12 Days of Soul Care Storytelling Edition. And today we would like to talk about the hero's flaws. The flawed hero is such an important archetype, and we've touched on this topic somewhat already, but I want to come back to it because it's so much easier to nod our head to than it is to really take in and own that you don't have to be perfect to be an effective leader, to be a good father or mother, to be somebody who is loved and respected and makes an impact. In story, we will have a hero, and the hero will have weaknesses, blind spots, shortcomings, flaws. Sometimes these flaws can really get in their way and really become a matter of self-sabotage for them, and they become a tragic hero. Samson, he never really sees the light or understands his weaknesses and never really fully comes to God with them all. And yet he's a hero. He's named in Hebrews chapter 11. Okay? And then you have people like Moses who are such a mixed bag, and David who's such a mixed bag. These guys have anger issues and they have impulsivity, and sometimes they're disobedient. And David, he really did damage to people. So to be clear, we need to take our flaws and weaknesses seriously, especially if they're of the moral variety and we are unkind or we are judgmental or we are in some other way just hypocritical, etc. But that's different than the flaws of human personality. You know, I coach and train people in StrengthsFinder, and so often they want to talk about weaknesses, their weaknesses, maybe other people's weaknesses, their boss's weaknesses, their team members, whoever it might be. And I kind of get that because our weaknesses are so interesting. They can really, become a challenge for us and for others. But sometimes those flaws are simply a matter of being a human being. And you don't disqualify yourself by being human. Let's talk about this in terms of story, okay? Let's take a comedy like Anchorman. We have Ron Burgundy, and he's this pompous, egotistical news anchor guy, and he's a jerk. And yet, when he hits on hard times, we begin to pull for him. When he's on the top of the world, he's obnoxious. But when he struggles, he becomes more human. And we find him more a sympathetic character. To move from the ridiculous to the sublime, we'll take a movie like Forrest Gump. Forrest has low IQ, and he doesn't understand a lot of things. But he doesn't let that hold him back from being a good and even beautiful soul, a true friend, loyal to the nth degree. He becomes a successful shrimp boat operator and even begins to run all over the country for no apparent reason, and we're pulling for him the whole time. Don't let your blind spots create self-sabotage in your life. Don't let your weaknesses hurt your loved ones or others. But don't torture yourself for being human, for just not being perfect. Learn to become comfortable in your own skin. You will find that people are endeared to you as you're able to somewhat be at ease with it, to even chuckle at yourself and not take yourself so doggone seriously. And to even say, I need grace. I need grace from God. I need grace from people. And because I need it and I receive it, especially from God, I give it. And I become a gracious person, a human being who can love and serve in spite of, and inspire sometimes because of the fact that we're not perfect. What are you thinking? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being with me in this journey of the 12 days of soul care. I hope that as you look back and flaws and imperfections in 2022, that you can be at peace with them as you just give them to God and learn from them and move forward. And move forward receiving and giving grace to everybody you meet. That, my friend, is good for your soul and good for theirs. Take care. Look forward to seeing you on our next installment of the 12 Days of Soul Care Storytelling Edition. Take care and bye-bye.